Hey, it's Mel, and today I'm filming my August book haul, and I have quite a lot of books to show you, so I'll just get started. The first 5 books I got from Book Depository at the very beginning of the month, and the first one of them being Wildborn by Jane Eagland. This is a historical YA romance thing where it follows a girl who is put into a mental institute in what I believe is the Victorian times, because everyone keeps calling her a name that is not her, and it's very confusing for her. And then she manages to find love. I really love historical YA, and this has been on my Goodreads to read page forever. The second book I got from Book Depository was Wicked by Gregory Maguire. This is the book that the Broadway musical is based on, and I haven't actually seen the musical, but I really like The Wizard of Oz, and I just recently read The Wizard of Oz last month, and this is basically a prequel to that, following the story of the Wicked Witch, but I don't think it's very accurate concerning the original source material of The Wizard of Oz, because no one does that. I'm really looking forward to getting to this at some point because loads of people love the musical. The next book is one that I've already read, and that is Miss Mayhem by Rachel Hawkins, the second book in the Rebel Belle trilogy. I just really want the third book in the series, but I got the second one and I loved it maybe even more than I loved the first one. It was just amazing. The first one's about a girl who's really popular and is basically just the Southern Belle, and then she goes to prom and she goes to the bathroom, and then this janitor comes in and just dies and kisses her, and it's really weird, and then she fights someone and she realizes she has special powers. Then she realizes that she must protect this one boy that she really doesn't like that much. It's just a great book series that I think everyone should read. The next book is a autobiography that I am really excited for, and it is You're Never Weird on the Internet Almost by Felicia Day. I love her so much. She was in the last season of Buffy, she was in a couple seasons of Supernatural. She was the female lead in Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, and she's just amazing. She has a YouTube channel and then a different YouTube channel for geeky stuff with Will Wheaton, and she's just amazing. I can't wait to learn more about her. The last book that I got from Book Depository at the start of the month was Ask the Passengers by A.S. King. This is a book about a girl who likes to ask questions to the passengers in the airplanes that fly over her house from her backyard on her picnic table, and she's fallen for a girl, and it's interesting, and everyone knows that Erebus Set loves A.S. King so much. I really hope this is going to be good. The next 4 books are because I read 3 first books in the series and then I really loved them, so I had to get loads of other books to go along with them. The first of which being P.S. I Love You by Jenny Han, the second book in the To All the Boys I Loved Before series. To All the Boys I Loved Before is basically about a girl who writes letters to all these different boys that she's ever loved, and then they get sent out and she has to deal with that, but also she kind of starts up a fake relationship, and it's hilarious and amazing, and I loved it so much. And this is the second part of that duology thing. These books are really pretty inside and out, and they're just amazing. I was kind of hesitant because I don't really like contemporary romance things like that, but I went ahead and loved the first book, so I'm really looking forward to this one. The next 2 books are the second and third of a series that I started last month, and that is Days of Blood and Starlight and Dreams of Gods and Monsters by Laini Taylor, the second and third books in the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy. I read the first one and it's really good. It's about an art student in Prague who's not really fitting in to the whole human world, because half of the time she's herself and then the other half of the time she's with this chimera and this family of chimeras that looked after her since she was a baby, and she has blue hair, and it's just super good. I'm going to plan to read at least one of these this month. The next book that I got is Crown of Midnight, the second book in the Throne of Glass series that is really long. I read Throne of Glass last month and I loved it so much I had to pick up the second book, and then after this one I'll probably have to pick up the prequel, I think. The next books are all the books that I got in London when I went a little while ago, and the first being Marry Me and Eli's No Kiss List by David Levithan. This is being turned into a movie, and Matthew Daddario is in it as like one of the main characters, and if anyone knows about the Shadowhunters TV show, you will know that he is playing Alec, and Alec is my favourite character in the Multiple Instrument series, which is what it's based off of, so that's a very long way to get to why I bought this book, but I watched the trailer and it seems amazing. Plus, man is in it. But I got it not just because of Matt, I got it because it seems awesome. It's about these two best friends and they have this list so that they don't fight over boys, and then Naomi gets a boyfriend and she doesn't put him on the list for obvious reasons, and then Eli kisses him and then it's just a mess, and then Naomi's all like, well, if you kissed him then you obviously don't care about the list and our friendship, so I'm going to go ahead and kiss the guy that we just wrote on the list. I've read a few David Levithan books before, Two Boys Kissing, Will Grayson with John Green, but this one looks really cool, so I'm really excited about this one. The next two books are by the same author and were both highly recommended by the people at a certain bookshop that I go to every time I go to London. The first being Hollow Pike by James Dawson. This is a book about witchcraft and a girl, and she thinks someone's going to murder her, but at the same time she's all like, why would someone want to murder me? That doesn't make any sense. I don't really know anything about this book other than that. The next book, also by James Dawson, is This Book is Gay by James Dawson because I don't know. It's a non-fiction, just about queer stuff. So this is gonna happen and it's really pretty. The next book was also recommended to me by the guy that I was talking to at the shop, and that is What They Always Tell Me by Martin Wilson. This is a book about two brothers and I don't know anything other than that because I was just told to get it. The next book is a super pretty one that I also got at the bookshop, and that is Read Me Like a Book by Liz Kessler. Isn't this just a gorgeous book? It's about a girl who falls in love, but it isn't with her boyfriend, it's with her female English teacher, and that happens, and I love this cover so much. I'm super excited for this one and I think it will be interesting. The last two books I got at the massive Forbidden Planet in London, and the first being The Invasion of the Tearling, the second book to the Queen of the Tearling series by Erica Johansson. I have the Queen of the Tearling, but I have not read it yet. I started it because it was the Book Explosion Book of the Month one time. I didn't really commit to it. It was good, I guess. It's being turned into a movie with Emma Watson, so that's exciting. And I think getting this just pushed me to read the other one. I also got this because it's signed by the author. I did not meet the author, I just found a signed copy of it and I was gonna get it eventually anyway. The last book is kind of a strange one, and that is The Pirate's Wish by Cassandra Rose Clark. This is the second book in a series that I haven't read the first book to, and I don't have the first book to, but the publishing house isn't publishing anymore, and I found it in Forbidden Planet and everyone was talking about how great it is and you should get it just so that you have it because you won't be able to get it anymore later on, and I don't have the first one yet. I know nothing about the series, but I'll get round to it eventually, probably, hopefully. So those were all of the books for my August book haul, and I kind of had a lot. Tell me if you read any of these because I'd love to know your feelings on them because I don't know where to start with them. But that was it. Bye!